Want me to show you how to print and cut using your Silhouette Cameo and printable heat transfers? Plus grab this free Martin style chromatic font to use yourself? Keep on watching. So before we get started, let's talk about supplies. You'll need your Silhouette Cameo, a inkjet printer, JPSS heat transfer paper for light fabrics, a heat press, t-shirt, and a vinyl weeder and or scissors. I personally recommend the JPSS heat transfer paper. I absolutely love it. JPSS, it stands for Jet Pro Soft Stretch, and even that stands for something else. So jet means inkjet, so you have to use an inkjet printer. No sublimation, no laser, just a regular inkjet printer. Pro, this is professional grade. It's not the type you'll find at your local office store. It's not hobby. So no home irons. You have to have a heat press or even an easy press to use this. Soft, it's soft to the touch. It kind of melts into the fabric. And stretch, after you're done pressing it, you're going to want to give it a stretch so that the colors can get into the grooves of the fabric. When you put it on and your shirt, it kind of stretches a little bit. You don't have to worry about the design cracking. So this is why I absolutely love and highly recommend Jet Pro Soft Stretch. So now that we know what supplies we need, let's go ahead and get into designing. First thing, let's set up our paper. So for page setup, we go right here to the top corner where this folded paper is. Select your machine. I have my Cameo 3. Select your cutting mat. I use 11 by 17 paper, so I'm going to set my cutting mat to 12 by 24. I highly recommend for heat transfers that you purchase 11 by 17 because you can always cut it in half and have two 8.5 by 11s. So it's almost like a 2-in-1. You get a large sheet, and if you need to cut it down to size, you can get a regular letter size as well. So my media size is 11 by 17, and I'm just going to select custom and then put 11 for the width, 17 for the height. All right, everything looks good as far as how it's set up. I'm going to go ahead and add my registration mark. So I'm going to click this third icon for registration marks. Anytime you're doing a print and cut, you have to turn on the registration marks. So I'm just going to click on. Okay, so to start typing, we just click this A over here. Let's see. I'm going to do separate lines. So I'm going to type in birthday girl magic. All right. So as you can see, it doesn't have any color. I'm just on a standard font right now. But we always want to make sure we change the color. And I'm going to show you why. So this birthday, I'm just going to click it and I'm going to go to my font. Again, my font is going to be called You Go Boy Black. And you see how it changes? But the thing is, we never change the color. It still shows it's transparent. So to make sure we have color and not just cut marks, we're going to go up here to the top left. And right now it shows that the color is transparent. So we're going to just click down and make it black. So that fills in. Okay. I'm going to edit this a little bit further just because with this font, the lowercase letters are the ones that are smaller with the colored bar underneath. So I'm just going to highlight a couple of these letters and change them to lowercase. So this is a lowercase r. So just changing a couple of things around to get it the way I want it. Okay, that looks good to me. I'm going to do the same thing with Girl Magic. So I'm going to go ahead and change that to black because I know I need to have color. And then I'm going to change the font to my chromatic font. And again, I'm just going to change some of these letters to lowercase. Okay, I think that looks good. Do it one more time. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put the less than symbol. And then I'm going to change this to my You Go Boy font because this is going to be for the top and bottom. How awesome is that? So this will go at the bottom. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put something behind it. Maybe a rectangle. Yeah, let me go ahead and put. So now I'm just fine tuning my design. But I do want to say about this font that I created, it only works as a print and cut in Silhouette Studio. It also works inside of Adobe products. So I'm sorry for my Cricut users. It does not work in Design Space. Design Space simply does not support chromatic fonts. Okay, so I do have this in multiple versions. I have the You Go Girl and the You Go Boy. This design is using the You Go Boy with the standard colors. And at this point, I'm just centering things, making things bigger. And I'm about to bring in some more clip art. So to bring in clip art, all you have to do is go File, Merge, and bring it in. I'm working with version 4.4 of Design Studio. And as you can see, PNG images automatically have their trace around them. That's something that I love about this. However, if you do not have the 4.4 version of Design Studio, I'm going to show you how to trace your PNG character that you bring in. So the very first thing you need to do, you need to hit the butterfly icon on the right panel for trace. You're going to click trace area, draw a rectangle, and bring up the threshold to as high as you can until it's all yellow, and click trace outer edge. Once you do that, if you move the image, you'll see that now you have your trace. At this point, I'm going to just center my design. Then I'm going to click drag, ensuring I select the entire design. Now I'm going to right click and hit flip horizontal because I want to go ahead and flip it before being prompted. I'm going to do it again, right click, select all, and hit group. Now we're going to click send in the top right corner, and it has it showing as cutting the insides. We want to hit cut edge. So now it's only going to cut the outer edge, and it's not going to cut the individual colors because again, this is print and cut it, and it doesn't have to do that. So let's go ahead and get ready to start printing. So we're going to go to File, Print. And with this version of Studio, it shows us a print preview. So don't hit settings, just hit print. Find your printer, then hit preferences and set your paper. So I have my paper in the rear feed, 11 by 17. We're going to print on plain paper and set the quality to high. I'm going to exit out just so you could see it again because once we apply it, now our print preview is where it needs to be. Hit OK, and then I'm going to hit print. All right, once we are done printing, we're going to be cutting. So we're going to change our material to heat transfer printable light fabric, and then it automatically sets it for you. So if you have an auto blade, it'll automatically set the blade to 1, force 2, speed 3. I'm just going to change mine only because I have a deep cut blade in there, but again, the settings themselves are the same. 1, 2, 3. Blade is 1, force is 2, speed is 3. Once you have that, click send. Since I already flipped my image, I can just click send as is. But if you forgot to flip it, Silhouette reminds you. So if you forgot to flip it, you could say send mirrored. But if you did flip it, you're ready to go. All right, so after I printed it, I went ahead and trimmed it with my scissors, and I'm using my weeding tool or your hook tool to weed it out. So it is kind of, I'd say, tedious. It's not as easy as it is with vinyl because the pieces, they're easy to tear apart, so it's not coming off in one big piece, but it is so worth it. And if you're wondering where you can get the chromatic font while you watch me weed this paper, you can get the chromatic font, the You Go Boy version, from my Facebook group. It's called Creative Boss Academy. It's a new group, and I would love, love, love to see you in there, and I would love to see what you create with this font. I also have a You Go Girl version in my Etsy shop. It's more girly with pinks and purples and light blues if you want to check that out as well. This is what it looks like after weeding. You can tell the front from the back because the back is labeled. I'm about to press this on 380 degrees for 35 seconds with heavy pressure. Okay, as soon as it's done, you go ahead and peel it off because this is a hot peel. You want to peel it while it's still hot. And then you want to give it a pull. You want to try to stretch it all out because you want the colors to get in the grooves. And there it is, our print and cut using printable heat transfer inkjet paper. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave comments down below. You can also ask us questions in the Facebook group. You should not have any ink left on that paper. And it's soft to the touch. You can see, try to do the stretch test. So no problems. Thanks for watching. See you later. Goodbye, y'all.